All right, good morning everyone. It looks like it's right at 11 o'clock here, so I want to get rolling to respect your time and in mind so we can kind of get through the material that we're going to cover today. Just real quick before we get into it, if you haven't used GoToWebinar before, you'll notice there's a little box that has popped up on your screen. In this, there's a spot that you can select for questions and chat, different things like that. I'm going to be asking some questions and trying to get some participation from you all as we go through this. Also, if you have any questions during the time, feel free to type them out in those spots. I'll be trying to monitor them as best I can as we go through. If I do miss your question, feel free to email me after the webinar, and I'll try and get that to you. If that is in your way, bothering you, there is a little orange arrow that you can select, and that will make it kind of disappear, and you can hit that arrow again at any time to open that up for yourself once more. With that said, let's go ahead and get going here. Today in the Real Estate Facebook Advertising System webinar. And we'll move on here. I just like to be as transparent as possible as I can with everyone. I just want to let you know up front that there will be an offer at the end of this webinar. No product purchase is necessary to apply the system that I'm going to teach you today. You can apply this system on your own without a large marketing budget, and this system will work for new and experienced agents. The offer at the end simply outsources part of the system if you're interested in that. So like I said, no purchase necessary, but I do like to let everyone know. Alright, so let's go into what we can expect from today. So in this webinar today, I'm going to go over how to set up an effective and proven marketing funnel for real estate leads. This funnel will use a system designed to collect leads primarily using Facebook. I'm going to show you step by step how to make your first Facebook ad and my secrets to making them cost effective. I'll also show you a free tool that will allow you to collect leads by simply sharing other people's articles. So just to test out some of those chat features and make sure that I have the right curriculum that everybody's looking for, just let me know if this is what you're looking for, if there's something else that you're wanting to learn today. So just give me a yes, a heck yes, or throw out any other questions that you might have right now so that you can see how to use all these features. Awesome, got an absolutely yes. Perfect. All right, well, with that said, then let's keep rolling so that we can make sure to get through everything today in detail. Before we get started, just a little bit of background on me. I am a real estate agent with Keller Williams and an insurance producer for American Family Insurance and a freelance internet marketer. I've generated tens of thousands of leads online in the real estate, insurance, and telecommunication industries. I recently generated so many leads for one of my clients that I lost my largest marketing contract. And now that sounds a little counterintuitive, but they ended up growing so large that they got acquired by Dish Network and no longer needed my services. So awesome for them, kind of not as awesome for me because they're bringing a large premium every month to me. But I want to tell you a little bit about them. Their name was Driven Communications, and yes, that's how they spelled it. They hired me to build them a website, and their goal was to generate leads online. They wanted a website with a mission statement, about us, company history, yada, 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 yada. All the typical things that you would expect in a website. And so they were primarily selling telecommunication products, so like Dish Network, DirecTV, Cox Cable, well, depending on what part of the country determined the cable company and different things like that. And so I tried to explain to them, look, hey, your main purpose for this website is that you want to drive sales, and if that's what we want to do, this might not be the type of website that we want to build. However, they were pretty adamant on it, so I went ahead and honored their views and what they wanted, and I built that website for them. But then after I was finished, I upsold them on a monthly marketing contract. I told them, hey, look, I can promise this many leads a month for you. and it would cost you X amount every month. And I ended up getting them to agree to that, and then after I got them to agree to that, I ended up building what I had suggested to them previously, and that was something called a landing page. And I used one simple page to build up to generating over 1,000 leads per month for this company. Now obviously they had a very large marketing budget, and as they saw how effective it was, they dumped more and more money into it, and that's how we were able to pump out that many leads a month. But we were getting a very good price per lead on those. And really the key was that landing page. Landing page generate leads, not websites. So that's just something that as we go through this system, I want you to keep in mind is the idea of using landing pages. So real quick, I want to go over the marketing funnel that we're going to explain today. This is the Facebook advertising marketing funnel that I've used, tested, and proven. It all starts with an ad, and now this marketing funnel can be used in many different ways, but we're primarily going to be using it on Facebook today. So it starts with an ad. An ad is anything with a call to action used to generate traffic. This can include Facebook ads, which we're going to discuss today, valuable content, pictures ads, anything that has a call to action. So a Craigslist ad, anything like that. And then this ad is going to lead to a landing page. And a landing page is any page on the web that one might land on that has 1, a form, and 2, exists solely to capture a visitor's information through that form. So when all of you registered for this webinar, you came to a page that allowed you to register for the webinar. That page was a landing page. It was there to collect your information for your registration to the webinar, and it existed solely to do that, to collect that information, register you so that you could get the emails about this webinar and be here today. Now, you can use them for hundreds of different things, and every industry uses them. If you look at Zillow or Trulia, they all have set up tons of different landing pages, whether it's to collect somebody's information to give them a CMA or collect their information to recommend a realtor to them, whatever it might be. We've all interacted with landing pages. And then the last portion of this funnel is an item of value, and this is what really helps convert your landing page. So your item of value is any item that the user will be willing to exchange information for. So this is often called a lead magnet in online marketing, and it can be exclusive content, guides, a checklist, a product, a webinar, whatever it might be, a class, an informational class, anything that just adds value. So for example, Trulia and Zillow, I said they have landing pages that collect people's information for CMA. So in that instance, their item of value is the CMA. They're saying, hey, if you give us your information, we're going to give you a CMA. Now, we all know that those aren't as accurate as the ones that we might produce by actually using real comps and knowing our market, but they do give them something. And so you could offer a buyer's guide or a seller's guide, something like that, but any item of value that somebody would be willing to exchange their information for. So that's the funnel that we're going to primarily discuss today, but we are in this webinar going to focus about the ad. We're going to focus on the ad here, and primarily using Facebook to advertise. So let's hop into that right now. I'm going to pull up Facebook, and I'm going to walk you through step by step setting up a Facebook ad. Now, to get to the page that I'm on right here, all you have to do is simply log into Facebook with any account that you have. Once you've logged in, there's always going to be this little drop-down arrow. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to go down to Create Ads. Once you click on that, it's going to bring you to this page here. This is the starting page for any time that you create an ad on Facebook here. And so feel free, if you want to follow along, great. Don't feel obligated to. I will email you recording this webinar, so if it's something that you want to just watch and study now and then have the video as a reference to help you as you set up your own, that's ideally what I would personally recommend doing. So for our campaign, whenever you're advertising using this funnel on Facebook, I always recommend either selecting send people to your website or this option here called increase conversions on your website. If you don't know very much about web design or code or anything like that, I would just go with send people to your website. It's basic, it's easy to use, and it's real simple. So that's what we're going to go through today. It's what I use on the majority of my ads here. And then once you select it, it's going to ask the website that you want people to go to. So this is the site or the page that you want somebody to be guided to when they click on your ad. So I have a pre-populated one in there. I'm going to select that page. It's one that I've ran ads for already. That's why it's already in there. Normally you would just paste your URL in. But before we go, I'm going to show you what the page that I'm going to be sending people to looks like. So this is the page that my ad's going to go to. It's a landing page for a home buyer's guide. And they can come here, they simply select this and enter in their information, and the buyer's guide's delivered to them. So this is what my ad is going to be pointed to. It's important to keep what the destination you're sending people in mind as you make your ad, because you want them to flow seamlessly into one another. So we're going to go back to our ad here. So we entered in the URL. The first step here is setting up our audience, creating our audience here. And so what we want to do is we want to figure out and narrow down to a demographic that's targeted so that we get the best click chance on our ads. So if you have a really targeted item, you want to show that to somebody that's going to be interested, and that's how we do this, is right here through our audience. So I personally am licensed in Arizona, so I am not licensed in any other states currently. I can only personally sell real estate in the state of Arizona unless I want to refer stuff to another agent. So what I'm going to do is I want to narrow down my locations right here to Arizona. And I only work a couple cities in Arizona. For this ad, I'm going to focus primarily on a city called Gilbert, Arizona. So I type that in, it pops up right here. I can select that. And you're going to see on this right side as we go through this kind of defines our audience for us and tells us how many people on Facebook we could potentially reach with the audience that we've selected. Right now I'm at 1.3 million. I recommend on your first ad, we're trying to keep this very simple, very basic, that we get this down to a small number, somewhere around 2,000 or a little less. That way we're narrowed in, we can really test on a small demographic our ad, make sure it's working, and if it is, we can widen that up and put some more money into it. But if we're just doing a small amount of money, new to ads, we want to make this as small as possible. So that's our goal. So we're now down to Gilbert, Arizona. I'm offering a home buyer's guide, so I'm going to try and focus in on people that might be potentially probably buying a home for the first time, haven't seen the process before, things like that. So I'm going to target people ages 20 through, let's say, 35. That's probably a good range of people that would be purchasing for the first time. Under that, we can select and narrow down by gender. I'm going to do all men and women. I'm not really selling a product or offering a service that is gender specific here. And so languages, I speak English primarily. This isn't going to change much, but we'll put it in there just for the sake of congruency. And so right now we have our basic demographic to really find out. And this is the first step that you're going to do. Now we're going to get into really narrowing it down to characteristics or actions that people have taken that will make them really likely to select our ad or be interested in our services as a real estate agent. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to here at behaviors. We're going to click in behaviors. When you do that, you'll see that you get this drop down of a bunch of different behaviors that will pop up. And I do recommend, the first time you make an ad, setting aside, 15, 20 minutes to really go into all these and see the different, possibilities they have for narrowing down your demographic. I'm going to show you one right now. You scroll down to residential profiles, and we're going to select this, and Facebook has something called likely to move. This should be on all of your ads. If you're running ads targeted towards trying to get buyers or seller leads, likely to move should be on there. So what happens is Facebook collects data from all over the web, and it also purchases data, and it collects public data like censuses, different things like that. So it collects all this data and it puts it in a database, and then they have all these algorithms that sift and sort through this data, and they know trends and different things like that. And from this, they're able to determine different things, all these behaviors, these interests that we can sort from. And so what this one is through this algorithm that Facebook has, they have a way to determine when somebody is likely to move within the next 6 months. Now, whether they're moving from an apartment to an apartment, or a home to another home, or an apartment to a home, they can't really determine that specifically, but they can get very close to determining who's likely to move for whatever reason, whether they're, getting a new job or whatnot. They have some algorithm, and I've found that this is fairly accurate. So you'll see when we added that, it dropped our reach down by quite a bit. We're only at 26,000 now. So I recommend putting this on all of your real estate ads. It's going to save you a lot of money by not showing your ad to people that aren't as interested as people that are already in that move mentality. So now we still need to get this down a little bit. So we're going to narrow it down a little bit more here, and I'm going to show you some more options that we have. So the next one up, we have interests. So this would be, let's say I'm marketing a golf course property, or I'm targeting a golf course community or a waterfront community, something like that. I could go in interests here, and I could say, all right, I'm going to go down to sports and outdoors. I'm going to select sports, and I'm going to target people that are interested in golf, or interested in, there's a racetrack close by, auto racing, whatever it might be. You can narrow down if you're trying to niche into a certain type of property. You could find equestrian properties. You could, focus people that have the hobby of horse riding, different things like that. I'm personally not going to use that one on this ad. I just wanted to show you what our options were in there. I'm going to go up here to what's called More Demographics. And in here, I'm going to target some financial information. So I'm trying to target first-time home buyers. I want to make sure that somebody's making enough to actually be able to qualify for a loan to purchase in the price range that I want to work. I want to work on first-time home buyers that are looking at a home minimum of $200,000. So in here, I can choose people's income ranges. So I select More Demographics, I select Income, and it brings up this box now. Now I can click in here and select people's pay range. So I kind of have a general idea of what somebody needs to be making per year to qualify for a $200,000 home. So we're going to add a few pay ranges here. They could probably be making a little less than that because this is by individual, but I want to go to the higher side more than the lower side here. So there we go. I added 3 pay ranges, and you see that my potential reach dropped down quite a bit. It's at 2,800. So these are people that are making between $75,000 to $150,000. They're between the ages 20 and 35. They live in the city of Gilbert, Arizona, and they are likely to move. That's a pretty targeted demographic. I mean, if you can guarantee that all your promotional items are going to a demographic that targeted, I mean that's a pretty huge thing. So you can see we're still a little bit above what I wanted to be at the 2,000. So let's play around with this income range here and see if we can get a little bit below that. I'm at right at 1,900 there if I'm only focusing people that make between 100 and 150,000 a year. So that's right below my 2,000 threshold. That's perfect. We don't want to be, we would rather be a little on the lower end than the higher end right now. You'll see this audience definition, it drops down to too specific almost is what it's saying once I get below 2,000. just ignore that. Facebook, they want to make the most money that they can from you. So the more specific your demographic is, the more likely they are to respond to your ad, which means that Facebook has less people to show it to, which is a little less money for them. They a lot of times will charge by impressions and different things like that. So, I mean, they're trying to deter us from this, but the truth is it's effective. Any Facebook marketing that you can read up on, they always tell you to narrow down your potential reach as much as possible, niche in, and then you can expand out from there. So this is, since we're starting out, the niche that we want to focus on. So I've gone over quite a bit here on this audience. Is there any questions from anyone about things that we can target, or any of the things that I explained in here before I kind of move on to how much we're going to spend in connections and things like that? Alright, not seeing any questions. That's good. We got a nice solid group today then. Okay, somebody asked vacation home buyers. They're a little harder to target because in here your location based is based off of where somebody either has their, on Facebook you can select where you're from and your hometown and things like that, or where you currently live. If you have that selected, that's how they primarily focus this. If you don't have that selected, they focus it from based off your IP, where it's logged in from in the world. So, for example, here in Arizona, we get a lot of Canadian buyers that come down and buy, winter homes out here, because obviously our weather is a lot better than the weather in Canada during the winter. So, if I want to target those, what I have to do is I figure out kind of what are the main cities that a lot of those Canadians are coming down from. So a lot of them come from Vancouver. So in here I would target Vancouver, and then I would make my ad say something about looking for a vacation home, or looking to go somewhere nice for the winter, something like that, that would in the ad target that vacation market in that location that I know is already coming down. So it's a little harder, but it can be done. You just have to kind of see what are some of the major hotspots that people are coming into your market from, and kind of target them through that ad in that sense. All right, good question. So now we're going to move on to the next part of setting up your Facebook ad, and that's your budget. How much is this going to cost you, right? So Facebook payments work a little bit differently than some other advertising. So you don't pay up front, you pay in a post sense, and you set your budgets per day. Typically, most people run per day. You can run a lifetime budget. Let's say you only want to spend $100 on this ad. You could do that, and you could set it up, and you could add a start and end date. Typically, you do that if you're running like an event that's going to occur on a certain day, and you don't want to spend money after it happens, and you have a set budget for that event marketing. I would say run on a per day, and the way that this works is you enter an amount here, and you could go as low as $1 a day if you wanted. And Facebook says they guarantee they won't, show your ad to enough people that it costs you more than $1 per day. So they guarantee that per day your spending on this ad will be under whatever amount you set. So typically when people are starting off, I say start off with $3.33 a day. The reason being is this will guarantee that you don't spend over $100 in your first month. It'll get your feet wet. You can kind of play with it. You can see what's working, what's not, and you can modify this at any time. I mean, if I start this and after the first week I realize, like, dang, I'm getting a lead a day from this. I wish I was getting 2 leads a day from this. I could come in here and I could change my budget to $6.66 a day, and I would probably end up getting 2 leads per day from it. So you can change this at any time, and you can stop these ads at any time. So don't let that worry you. And then what's going to happen is after a week or 2 weeks, I forget the exact period, Facebook's going to send you an invoice and say, okay, over this past week, here's the breakdown of what you've accumulated in ad spend. We're going to charge your account next week on this day for this amount that that you've spent with us, essentially. So the first time you do set up ads, you do have to link an account of some sort, a credit card or a debit card or something like that, so that they can pull that payment from you automatically after it's been billed. Sometimes people wonder, well, how much does $3.33 a day get me? You can see the estimated daily reach a little bit off this. They can't guarantee how many clicks it will get, but they can say, hey, for $3.33 a day, based off this demographic that you've defined, we can tell you that between 330 and 860 people are going to see your ad every day. And you'll see as we change our budget that this goes up. So let's go to $6. That's $600. So let's put a decimal in there. If we went to $6 a day, it would go 510 to 1,300 people. So there's no guarantee of how much it's going to buy you. This is just their reach, and part of running Facebook ads is evaluating those, seeing, okay, I've been running this ad for 2 days. How many people saw it? How many people have clicked on it? What type of return on my investment am I getting? That's something that you have to kind of figure out manually yourself there. All right, so that's kind of how you set up your budget. The next part is optimizing for clicks, or what you want to optimize for. We're trying to get somebody to go to our page in this funnel. That's the key. We want to get them here. That way we can collect their information. We don't want them to like our Facebook page or like our post, anything like that, because that doesn't give us a lead. We're trying to get leads. So we want to send them to a page where we can offer something that they would be willing to exchange their information for. So we're going to optimize for clicks to website. You can optimize for just clicks, but that counts anybody that likes it, anybody that goes to your Facebook page, anything like that, you're paying for that. Impressions is just how many people see it. You pay, okay, I'll pay X amount of dollars for 1,000 people to see this. That doesn't really matter for us. We're not trying to build brand awareness. We're trying to collect leads. And then daily unique reach is, it guarantees that how many people they'll show your ad to every day that are unique. They're not the same person, won't see it twice. But we want clicks to website. So if somebody has to see it twice to click it and give us their information, so be it. Like, that's what we want to optimize for. And Facebook has an algorithm that will get us the best price for that. So that's what we're going to select, and that's what I recommend selecting if you're trying to generate leads. And that's kind of how your pricing works. The next step in this funnel is building our ad, actually. So we got to put this ad together and build it. And again, if there's any questions during this process, feel free to ask them. Kind of quiet crowd today, unusual, so maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. Perfect. Somebody asks, if I'm essentially offering a buyer's guide for people to download, do I pay for every person who downloads the ebook? No, you wouldn't be paying for people that downloaded the ebook. You would, if we're optimizing for clicks, you would be paying per click. So when somebody sees your ad, if they click on it to go to your page where the ebook is offered, that's when Facebook would charge you. So, depending on how many clicks you're getting and the demographic you're showing it to, it might cost you, 25 cents per click. And then when somebody gets here, this should be, you should own this. Facebook has nothing to do with this. It's kind of whatever page you've set up. And then if they go to download your guide, that's just them entering their information, and you deliver the guide in whatever way you've set up, whether you personally email it to them or whether you have a system that automatically emails it to them or what, but you shouldn't be paying for per download. Great question there. All right, so setting up our ad, the first thing is we need to select an image. I've found on real estate ads that the highest converting, the pictures that get me the most clicks on my ads, so the highest converting pictures are pictures of the outside of a house of some sort. Typically a nice house. People like to see nice houses. So the outside of a house, and then the second highest converting is the inside of a house. So, a beautiful kitchen or a great living room or something like that. That always converts very well. And then the last one is a picture of a person. So a close-up of a person somehow, those stock photos that you can find of people, doing random things. It could be standing in front of a house. It could just be sitting on the lawn. For some reason, people convert very well. So I'm going to select my picture here. What I'm going to do is we'll find one that works. I have an interior picture right here, so we'll just use that. And if you're creating your first ad, I would recommend usually putting 2 pictures here. So I would do like an interior picture and an exterior picture. And what Facebook will do is they'll automatically give you 2 separate sets of data so that you can see, hey, this picture with the outside of the house is getting a lot more clicks than this picture with the inside of the house. So let's just cut the one with the inside of the house and run the one with the outside of the house, and we'll spend less money that way per click. So you want to kind of, they call it A and B testing. You want to run multiple things and see what's working the best. Just for the sake of time right now, I'm just going to upload this one. So we have our picture here. You always, with Facebook ads, have to link it to a Facebook fan page or business page of some sort. So right here's where you would select the page that it's going to be linked to. If you don't have one, you can create one real simply from clicking this and just walking through their steps. Now we go ahead and we build this ad. I'm sorry, I blanked out there for a second. So we have all the options here to start adding things in. So this is for a free home buyer's guide, like I said. So this headline right here, you'll see it edits in real time. So if I delete this, it's going to delete right here, and it's going to show that whatever I type right there. So our headline goes right here, so I'm going to leave it as free home buyer's guide because, like I said, we want that congruency between our pages. Our ad wants to feel the same as the page that we're sending them to, so that when somebody clicks on it, they don't get there and feel lost all of a sudden. And so we're going to go ahead and click that, make that, save that there. Our text here is kind of what appears above the ad. So I have, does the home buying process scare you? Get the Home Buyer's Guide ebook for free and learn. It only will let so many characters in here, and it's pre-populated this from my page. So it's a little too long, so we want to rephrase this because it doesn't flow correctly. So I'm going to put in here, thinking about buying a home? Question. I like to start out with questions a lot because then whoever sees it, if somebody says, if you ask, thinking about buying a home, and somebody says yes, well, that's who you want to look at. They'll be intrigued. They'll pay more attention to that ad. If somebody says no, they'll just keep on scrolling, and that's exactly what we want because it costs us money for people that click on it. So we don't want to trick people that aren't interested in our offer into clicking on it, because then we're wasting our money. So we want to make sure that the people that are actually clicking on our ad are people that we want would be interested in the lead magnet or the offer that we're providing on the next page. So the next, we got thinking about buying a home, get the Home Buyer's Guide ebook for free, and I'm just going to take off and learn, and I'm going to put today. So we got a simple thing, and we want to put a call to action. So we're going to put click below. Perfect. So we got our call to action. We're targeting our audience very specifically, and that's the first thing that they pop. It doesn't sound spammy. It doesn't, look like a hook. So that looks like perfect text there for us. For our button, we're going to do Learn More. I found that Learn More has been the best kind of converter for me. So that's what we're going to use right now. I definitely recommend using Learn More. I've tried to download, I've run everything, and Learn More just gets the highest conversion for us. All right, the next portion here, we have our newsfeed link description. So this is what's going to pop up right under our headline, and it's what you want to use to describe what we're offering. So let's see. I'm going to just copy some of this this text from my landing page right here to save me some time and describe really what's in here, and that gives us that congruency that I was talking about here. Okay. So we got in there. Are you ready to start your home buying journey but don't know how? Then this free ebook is for you. So people right off the bat know what it's for, and it's really targeted at. So that increases our potential of getting somebody to click in it and then actually giving us our information exponentially. It's a huge increase for us there. So now that our ad is built, we can kind of see what it's going to look like in somebody's news feed, and we can select where we want to show it to people. Right here, this is what it looks like if you're on a cell phone, a smartphone. Right here's what it looks like in the right column, and here's what it might look like on a partner's mobile app. First things first, I always say remove partner mobile apps and remove right column. Reason being is they don't convert very well. Right column, nobody really uses it anymore unless you're, trying to target somebody that's already been to your website. And partner mobile apps, I just personally don't like it because I don't know who your partners are. I'm basically giving them permission to show my ad on any app, and I'm just not personally comfortable with that and haven't seen crazy returns from it. So that leaves me with mobile news feed and desktop news feed. Desktop news feed, always leave this one on. It's great. It's what everybody sees on their computer or laptop, and it's perfect. Mobile news feed, if your landing page is what they call responsive or designed to adapt for mobile, then yes, use them, because everybody has a smartphone. A lot of people search for homes on their phone, so it's easy. It's perfect. If it's not, don't use it. Turn it off, because you don't want somebody to click on the ad because they're interested, get to your web page, and it doesn't look good on a cell phone, so they get confused or discouraged and leave, because then you just wasted some money on a click. I mean, you're going to get some people that click through and leave regardless. That's just part of marketing, but we want to take as many holes out of our funnel as we can. So if you have a responsive web page, great, use mobile. If not, use a desktop news feed. Once you've got that all set up, we're going to hit place order. I know a lot of people are asking about the guide and different things. I will explain some easy ways that you can set up a landing page or get that for yourself, so that you can do this and have a place to point these ads to. So we're going to hit place order. If it's the first ad you've ever set up, this is where you would set up that card information that we discussed earlier. I've set up plenty of ads before, so it says your order's been placed. You'll receive a notification once your ads are reviewed. So Facebook has to review every ad that's submitted. They want to make sure that you're not pointing to pornography websites or inappropriate websites, things like that. They don't want to be sending ads to those things. And they also need to make sure that the images are acceptable, that you're not showing crude images, or they have other guidelines like the image can't be more than 20% text. So I couldn't overlay a huge text bubble on my image that says, free ebook today or anything like that. I could put some text on it as long as it doesn't take up more than 20% of the image space. So those are the things that they look for. It usually takes about an hour for them to review your ads. It's fairly quick. Once it's reviewed, you'll just get a notification. If you have it set up that Facebook can send you emails, they'll send you an email and it'll say that your ad's been approved, and then it's going to start delivering. Once it's delivered, if you click right up here, see this is my ad, it's in review right now. If you click manage ads, it's going to bring you to a page like this so that you can see how your ad's performing. It's going to show you how many people it's been shown to, how many clicks it's got, how much you've spent today, how much you spent on the lifetime of the ad, how much you're typically paying per click, different things like that. This is where you'll be able to get all your metrics. You can break it down by day, everything like this. This is where you're going to have, review your ads and see, okay, which one's working the best, which one's not, and adjust things by hitting edit right here. You'll be able to change your pricing. I could add more money. I could change my targeting, different things like that. So once the ad's created, you should be checking this at least at minimum once a week. I check mine every day. Some people check theirs every other day. Just kind of look at it, see what's going on, and make sure it's worthwhile for you. And that is how to set up a Facebook ad. Very simple, very quick, very efficient. Those are the secrets that I've used, and I mean there's tons and tons of things that you can read. You can read for days on Facebook ads, but this will give you a great base to start and try and use. Is there any questions about the Facebook side of this? I know there's some questions about the guides, and we'll definitely get into that here shortly. Other than that, it looks like no questions, so that's a good thing. Perfect. So real quick then, I want to show you a free tool, something that doesn't cost any money that you can use today to help generate some leads off of things that you're already doing. It'll allow you to advertise anywhere. It's just a cool tool that's fairly new, and should be getting used by a lot of realtors. It's something called snip.ly, and what it does is it allows you to add a call to action for yourself to content that you share. And the real value to this is you can't generate leads without a call to action. So what's this mean? I mean, if you're sharing things on Facebook or Pinterest or Twitter, how cool would it be if I share a post from the New York Times about real estate, and I share it on my Facebook, and then when somebody clicks on that, at the top of that it has a little call to action that, are you interested in real estate? Talk to me. And when somebody clicks on that, it goes to any page that I want. That's what Sniply does. That's the power of Sniply. So it's a free tool. I want to show it to you here real quick. Simply go to snip.ly. This is what their website looks like. You can, like I said, it is free. There are paid versions too, depending on how many clicks you're getting and things like that. Most people are fine with the free one. I personally use a paid one because I use it a bunch, and it's not very expensive, and I use it for multiple ventures. So I want to show you a little bit of what it looks like and how you use it. So this is what the dashboard of it looks like after you've created it. You can see how many snips you've had, how many people have clicked on your snips, how many people have converted, and different things like that. And what you do here is, let's say we're going to go to, one second, we're going to go to Pinterest. Okay. So here we are on Pinterest, and let's say we find a cool article that we want to share. I'm going to type in real estate. So let's say we find this article pretty interesting. I recommend always reading your content before you share it. Make sure you're sharing something that's reputable, especially when you're doing this, because you're attaching your name to it. I'm not actually going to share this, so for the sake of time right now, we're just going to use this for our example. So once you find an article you want to share, you copy the URL just like you would to share it normally. And then you come here and you paste that URL in this little box, and then you're going to hit Create Snip. Once you do that, it brings you to this little page here, and this is what it would look like if you have the free version. You would see your call to action is down here on the bottom left, and you can type in anything you want. So right now I have, know anyone looking to buy or sell, I would appreciate your referral. And then when they click on it, it says send to me. I can change what that says, anything like that, and then I enter the URL of where I want it to send them when they click. So for example, when they click on send to me, for me, it sends them to this page here. This is another landing page that I've created, and it just simply lets them, refer themselves or a friend by coming in here. So real simple, and you can add that to anything. Facebook things that you share, Pinterest things that you share. Once you hit create, it just gives you this URL, and this is now the URL that you would share. So this is what you put into Facebook, this is what you put into Twitter, this is what you connect to your pin, and it'll share it just like that. So we can see when we go to it, what it'll look like. Here it is. Here's the same article on their website, everything like that. The only difference is my call to action's there. And they click on it, and it goes straight to the page that I had set up. Powerful tool, awesome to use, easy for you. Definitely recommend implementing that into any social media strategy that you have. All right, so real quick, before we go into the landing pages and things like that, I just want to know from you all if I've delivered on my promise. At the beginning, we went over a little bit of what to expect in this webinar, and I want you to let me know in the comments if you feel like this information has been valuable to you. Somebody said, absolutely great. Perfect. Somebody else asked, can you recommend reading material for further information? Yes, I can definitely do that. What I'll do is I'll put a couple links in the email that I send you all the recording with to some good articles and some great reading material for kind of honing your Facebook advertising skills. That way you have something there to reference and can learn. All right. So with that said, a lot of people were asking about the guides and the landing pages. So let's get into that. And like I said, there would be a little offer here. Landing pages should have one purpose. Now you can create these yourself. You can pay somebody to create them. However you do it, you can buy pre-made ones. But however you do it, just know that when you're getting this done, you want your landing page to have one purpose. You don't want any outside branding or links. And you want it to be tested and proven to get results. So you're going to have to test, you're going to have to change things around. It's all about getting somebody to really convert into a lead. And to do that, you want the least amount of distractions. This is the very end of your funnel, so it needs to be as laser targeted as possible. So I do offer pre-made landing pages. These are pages that I've made, that I've tested, and they will be branded to you however you like them. And they will be integrated with lead magnets. And when somebody opts in and gives you their information, they'll automatically have that guide or whatever you're offering sent to them and it'll look like it came from your email address. So instantly you have a touch with that person. And if you have your own home buyer's guide or whatnot, they can be integrated so that is what they get them. Then once somebody does do that, I have created it so those leads are emailed to you instantly in real time, and you're the only one that gets them. No other agents will get that lead. It's all you, because you're going to be the one sending the traffic to this landing page, so you should be the one that reaps the rewards. And so I do offer these at a small monthly price, and I know that every week it seems like a new product for real estate agents is coming out that promises more leads. I will tell you that this isn't a magic pill. It's a tool that works when you apply it. You do have to push traffic to it for it to work. And I do offer a complete 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not happy. Now, costs, let's look a little bit here. I'll show you some pricing and how to order if it's something that you're interested in. What we're going to do here, one second, is we're going to go over. If it's something that you're interested in, go to www.opesta.com/pricing. You'll see the packages here. You can pay monthly or annually, and it goes from beginner all the way up to enterprise if you're purchasing for your whole brokerage. Beginner comes with 2 landing pages, active at a time. It includes the pre-built lead magnets. The leads are emailed to you. They are SEO optimized, and they are 100% mobile responsive, so they will look great on any mobile device, tablet, or phone. And this includes all of our professional setup. You don't have to know any code. You just have to know how to go to a URL. And they are speed optimized. Standard package, the most popular package, includes 5 active landing pages at a time. And if you want to see the landing pages offered, feel free to click here at landing pages, and you'll be able to see the current pages that we have offered and designed. You can click on them and see it in full size and test how it works even if you want. Feel free to enter your information and see how that lead magnet's delivered to you and everything else. Feel free to do that. So I'm doing a little special today for the webinar, the web clinic here. If it is something that you're interested in, feel free to click Get Started. Once you do this, it's going to make sure that this is the right subscription that you want, 5 landing pages, standard monthly. And then all you do is hit Join Standard. So you fill out your first name, your last name, your email address. So we're going to do this. Now the special that I'm offering today is your first month 100% free. So that means your first month is 100% free. We'll build the pages for you. You can test it. You can get your feet wet. You can focus on spending your money on Facebook ads, seeing how this funnel works. And then, from that, the second month would then be at your normal price. You can cancel anytime in your first month, and if you do, there's no cost to you. If that's what you want to get, it's only available to Web Clinic clients for the next 48 hours. You simply type in Web Clinic right here. Okay. Once this turns green, you know that that code's been applied. It's not going to change this amount here. The program just won't let it, but if it goes green, you'll know that you won't be charged anything here. It's going to be 100% free for your first month. And then you'll enter in your card number, expires, and you hit Pay. As soon as you do that, it will give you all your login information. This banner up here will change, and there'll be another spot that says Request Your Landing Page. You can click on that, and once you do, here, I'll show you what it looks like actually here. So I'm going to log into my account. Just to show you how easy sorting looks. So I'm going to go back to this pricing page. Okay, once you log in, you'll notice the menu is a little different. You can click Request Your Landing Page, and it just simply brings up this form. Very easy to order your landing pages. If you know how to send an email, you should be able to fill this form out. We've all done it. I mean, we all just filed our taxes and we had to fill out millions of forms like this. So just simply punch in your information, and it's going to walk you through step by step how to do this. If it's your first one, we'll get some information from you so that we can send the leads to you, your phone number, a headshot, your logo, agent bio. You don't have to include everything if you don't have it. If it's not your first one, you simply hit no, and then you can go to the next page. And then this is where you select which landing page you want, and depending on which one, we need different information for everyone. So if you're doing a whole listing, we need a lot of information about the listing, so this pops up. If you're doing just a home buyer's guide, we don't need very much information. We just, if you have a custom guide, upload that. And then if you have any tracking codes or anything you want to upload there, you can enter it here. And then, you hit next, and that's it. If you have any state guidelines where you need to show your license number or anything like that, please advise us what they are right now. In this box, type in your license number and then hit Submit. And ordering is literally that simple. And like I said, Web Clinic only for the next 48 hours. The first month is 100% free. I've never done that before. I've been doing this for about 6 months, and it's just something that I thought I would test here. So if that's something that you're interested in, the code is Web Clinic. Simply type in Web Clinic in the coupon code. Make sure it's going to go green here. Oh, it went green and then it went red. Oh, you know what? It's red because I have a membership. It will go green if you don't have a membership, but I already have a membership here because we're logged into my account. So simply type in Web Clinic. Make sure that goes green. Once it goes green, punch in all your payment information, hit Pay, and that will not charge you anything for your first month. Is there any questions about that or any of the system that we went over today? Let's see. Somebody asked, are your statistical pages, are they local or generic? What do you mean by statistical pages? The landing pages are, so let's see, I'm guessing you're meaning the landing pages by statistical pages. They are generic. So like, for example, this one is for a CMA or a home evaluation. It would have your information, your picture here. If you don't want a picture, we can do it without a picture. Some people don't like to have their picture, different things like that. And if you wanted it to say, you know, how much is your home worth in San Diego, let's say you work San Diego, we can do that. You would just put that on that last page where it says, you know, state specific, say, hey, please make sure this is focused on San Diego or is worded towards San Diego, something like that. And then that way when they hit, you know, this form, everything is there for them to get that free instant report. On these CMAs, a lot of people wonder, does this automatically send them a CMA? No, it does not. It sends you all their information, and then you're expected to get back to them with a CMA. We do not provide a program that does an instant CMA. The reason is we all know that those are not very accurate, and you will get a better response rate if you provide the CMA. It is a lot of work. Some people don't like doing it, so it all depends on your style. Let's see. Somebody wants me to repeat the web address. It's www.opesta.com/pricing. Or you can just go to opesta.com and you'll come up with this page right here, the main home page. I'll show you here in a second. And you can get this now and it'll take you straight there. Alright. Looks like that's most of the questions. I want to honor everybody's time. We did go a little over, so I apologize. I just wanted to address any questions. I will email a recording of this to everyone. So don't worry. I will send a recording, and I will include some links to some other places that you can read up on, you know, Facebook marketing and using this sort of funnel in your business. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for participating and all the help. And oh, somebody asked, after the first month free, are we required to buy another month? You're not required. You can cancel it at any time. The pages will remain up. However, the leads stop automatically being delivered to you if you cancel your subscription. So it's totally up to you. It's really easy to cancel. If you want to cancel, you simply click on My Account right here when you're logged in, and then you hit cancel subscription. You don't have to email us. You don't have to do anything. It's literally one click to cancel. You can do it at any time on your own convenience. Perfect. All right. Looks like that's all the questions. I hope you all have a great day.